everyone, thank you for joining me on my new segment, indIE. As a disclaimer, I am not a music educator. I don't have my degree in music business. This is all just experiences that I've learned and that I'm sharing here on YouTube. So please take this information with a grain of salt. Please do your own research. But I do hope that you will learn at least something from watching this video. So with that said, let's move on. My last video was about passion and how to be able to find your passion and pursue it in itself is a journey and is not easy. But this video is basically about knowing what your passion is and how to start pursuing it. So here's a little bit of background. I'm a singer-songwriter from Riverside, California, and I've been doing this for officially 10 years now. After working my way up into the music industry, I'm not famous, nor was I ever trying to be. I was simply trying to make a living off of music and doing what makes me truly happy. Although I'm not on the A-list for the red carpet, I consider myself a successful musician. At age 28, I finally reached my goal to make a living off of music full-time and music alone. I did not have to rely on a part-time job. My annual income was making me enough to move out of my parents' house. Although it has been a long and struggling journey, it has been very rewarding. I've won some awards and recognition through various types of media. I've performed for very respectful people in the community as well as in the music industry. And I am so grateful for these opportunities. In this past year and a half, I was able to raise enough money to release my album and go on tour. And I went to Hawaii, the Pacific Northwest, New Orleans, and New York, and was able to share my music to people I never thought I could ever meet in person. Not only that, I moved out of my parents' house, which was a huge goal of mine ever since middle school, and was able to pay my own rent, pay for things on my own with my royalty money and my gig money, all by myself, which is a huge deal for me growing up in the real world. And I believe that you can too. You can put your talents and yourself out there. And nowadays there is so many outlets for you to share your music, including the internet. So many apps that you can use for free. There's Facebook, Instagram, of course YouTube, and Periscope now is getting big. So take advantage of that. We are living in a generation where you can share your passion to more people you ever could have in the generations before us. Not only can you use these tools to share, but you can use these tools to grow and gain information and knowledge. It's all at the tip of our fingers, and I think it should be used in a positive way to share our passion and just continue to share happiness. I once had a friend who I grew up with in Riverside named David. We were really close friends. We were in choir together. We hung out after school. His family was super nice all the time, really positive people. And he once told me, and I can never forget this, but he once told me, choose the right. We always have the choice in making decisions for ourselves, for our lives. So why not make the right choice to do what makes us happy? If you choose to pursue your passion, know 3 things. Number 1, pursue it because you want to share with others your love of music. Not for money and not for fame. If you're in it to become the next Beyonce, the next Maroon 5, the next David Guetta, it's valid. That's fine. You can. But I think it's not enough. I think that aspect of thinking to become rich or famous isn't going to fulfill your heart. Number 2, you also have to go into this passion by doing your own research. Over the 10 years that I've been doing this, I've learned everything on my own. I'm constantly learning every day through other musicians, blogs, biographies, Googling things. Again, technology is at the tip of our fingers. We have access to so much information. And asking questions, a lot of questions. By doing this, you'll find what you need to get your business going. I grew up with parents who did not favor me doing music, so I had to do all the research on how to get my music out there. Yes, you can have a manager, you can have an agent, that helps. But in this world that I've learned, you can't trust anybody. You have to go into this passion by doing your own research, and the internet definitely helped. I will be sharing future videos in detail of how I shared my music, what I did, making press kits and whatnot. So you'll realize how much work really goes into it before you even get to play on the stage. But there's my dog. In order to get your art or your passion even out there, you have to know that it's worth sharing. So number 3, know your worth and work for it. So how do you know it's worth sharing? Well, it makes you happy, which in return will make others happy. And it'll just keep going as a big happiness circle. The music industry was not something my parents had the knowledge about, and that's okay. It just meant that I had to work harder. I did my own research and convinced myself that I was good at what I did and went for it. Whether you're a momager or you're doing this alone, you've got to work for your success, and it doesn't happen overnight. The hard part is to know your worth. Then you can market yourself. Start making relationships in the music industry, people that have similar passions with you, and most of all, be patient but persistent. You got to keep going, but it's going to take a while. Just know that. Once you do that, the rest is easy. You get up on that stage, you do what you know you do best, you show them what your passion's all about. So there's my video for today. Thank you guys for watching. So remember, find your passion, work hard for your passion, know your worth, and once you find all that, you'll do what truly makes you happy.